Well, we knew snow was a possibility for this game, and the weather was happy to oblige with a nice layer of white over Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, and we got more snow on the way. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point through the snowflakes, something good. And that makes the score 7-0. To kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 25-yard line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions. And especially just
pressure comes and Trubisky goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the 44, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. Dobbins will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Dobbins once more. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Throwing here, Trubisky. Claypool with another catch. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Austin. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Trubisky. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Real quick.
Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 40 yards. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They go play action with Trubisky. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Play action. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you look.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That's
a throw for Claypool is intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
This is caught inside the 15. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
And a decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay from 19 yards away. And the Ravens are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. That one complete to Prochet. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. James Prochet, 52 yards. And the Ravens get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. First and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at the 39-yard line. Harris will start the drive out, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Dobbins. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2nd down. Here's an option right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
They'll run with Dobbins. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Jackson going to run. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Touchdown! Rashad Bateman with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. They find some open field here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, 75 yards. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Boswell good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Austin.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily.
And my goodness, another interception.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Oh, good move. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's taken in. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes left side. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
His big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long.
Looking to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. One last shot for Trubisky.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And it's good, but it's also of little consequences. This game is over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder,